Mike's on.
All right, we're back a little after 6. You know, one thing, folks, if you do read some of these columns or stories that are written by people who follow this stuff of what we do, take with a grain of salt what they write. They have no idea. They are so inaccurate. It is just a guess. I mean, they have stuff that they have. We sit and laugh about it. That it's so wrong. You know, I mean, they are. I mean, we sit and actually to get the guys who know, myself, the people who made the deals. We sit and laugh about it. We're just like, can you believe this stuff? I mean, it's utter garbage. They are so far off, you wonder why they even bother. Why just take a dart and throw it against the wall? I mean, you couldn't be worse. I mean, it is unbelievable how bad they are. It is so outrageously wrong. It's scary that you have to think about what else they're that wrong about, if they're going to be that wrong about this kind of stuff. And in the stuff that has dealt with me, they have been so wrong. And they try to create information where the information they're talking about hasn't even been finalized. And they act like they know what it is. How would they know what it is? We haven't even agreed upon it yet. It's comical. And it is so outrageously wrong that really, why even bother? Just do something else. Nick in Tom's River, what's up, Nick?
Hey, Mike, I don't read any of that nonsense. I'm just really glad you're back.
Thank you. What's happening?
I got to tell you, I agree with you about the UTEP guard. I think it was a great second-round pick. I don't think the Giants thought that Hernandez would be there.
He'll be a starter from day one, and he'll be a fixture. If he was on a better team, he would have been a first-round pick.
And I got to tell you another thing, Mike. As a Giant fan, I'm ecstatic in the direction that they're going. You know, they're circling the wagons around Eli, and I'll tell you, I think that, and I'm hoping that things will be in the locker room will be a little bit better. You know, they kept Eli Apple, you know, which I thought for sure he was going to be gone, but they kept him. He's going to be, I guess, their 2 cornerback. And, you know, maybe Odell straightens out and, you know, we move forward. But I'm really looking forward to the season.
Here's what I like best, Nick, about the Giants. They had conviction about what they wanted to do. They didn't come in and say, well, maybe we'll do this or maybe we'll do that, and maybe we'll see what we'll learn in training camp and we'll see what our eyes tell us. No, they said, we have a quarterback here who has a body of work. He doesn't get hurt. He keeps himself in tremendous shape. He's freakish that way. He's much younger than his age is. He's always played that way. He's been incredibly healthy. He's been one of the most durable quarterbacks in history. He's also been a good big game quarterback, and we believe in him, and we're going to build a team around him. And you know what? That is impressive. To me, that's exactly, they went in, they had a plan, they never vacillated from their plan, they had a plan and they executed it. And now I think you'll reap the benefits of it. And I think you're right. I think they brought in guys who can play around them, and I think you will see them have a very good season. I think you will see, and I think he can. I think he showed you last year he can still play. He's durable, and hey, he's never not answered the bell in the big spot or in the big game. He's always been there. That's been his best strength. The better the game, the bigger the game, the better he plays. Alan Trenton, what's up, Al?
Hey, Mike, you know, one of the things we miss about you is not only talking about the big events, but even just the day-to-day things that come up, the little calls here and there, and hear what you think. I got to go back, because you weren't on the air and being a big Duke fan. 3 minutes ago in that Duke-Kansas game, what did you think about that call they made on Carter that fouled him out at the end of that game there? I think that took the whole game away from Duke, that call there.
I thought that Duke didn't play nearly as well in the tournament as I thought they would play, though, to be fair. I just did not think they ever found a rhythm with their young players. I just think they just never seemed as comfortable. Usually you would figure by the end of the year he would get them to a polished level, and to me they just never seemed comfortable together as a group. They had a lot of talent this year. They had size. I just didn't think they ever played as well as I thought they would play. And I also think Kansas was a really good team. They just ran into Villanova on a night where Villanova couldn't miss. I mean, Villanova could have beaten anybody that night the way they played.
Yeah, and you know, I don't think the two bigs ever really got together on Duke. Like they never really gelled.
I don't think they did. Yeah, that's my point. I don't think they did either. I think they never did gel the way you thought they would. Kelly in Jersey. What's up, Kelly?
Hi, Mike. Welcome back.
Thank you.
It was really dark without you.
Thanks. I appreciate
really
it.
Good.
Thank you.
I was wondering what you think of Barkley coming to the Giants, how he's going to fit in. I know there's a spot for him, but just in terms of all the personnel and all that kind of stuff.
I think he'll fit in wonderfully. I think, first of all, anybody with that much talent is going to fit in. Secondly, the easiest position to walk in and play in the NFL is running back. The only thing you have to make sure you can do, the one thing, is you must be able to pick up a blitz. If you can do that, and my understanding is he can, then there's nothing else he will have a major problem with. That's the one thing that'll keep young backs on the sideline, is if they're not good at blitz pickup, because that can get your quarterback killed. So that's something that has to happen. You have to be able to do that. And listen, this guy has a world of talent. I mean, a lot of people, again, the grades, they come and go. People can overrate them, underrate them, whatever. There are a lot of people who do make these grades, had him at one of the higher grades in the last 10 years. So he was considered can't miss. And again, listen, running backs don't last very long. They don't last as long as quarterbacks. There could come a day where if they don't get to the promised land, someone says, that day, if they had taken Donald, they would have had this. Instead, we've had 22 quarterbacks since Eli left. That goes on. I mean, it does happen. It's a consideration. But Giants hope they never up to pick that high again, and then they'll worry about getting a quarterback somewhere else. Now, do they have another quarterback on their roster? That remains to be seen. We don't know that yet. Billy in Bay Ridge. What's up, Billy?
Hey, Mike. How you doing?
Good. What's happening?
Mike, I'm pretty happy about the Giant picks. There's just something I don't understand. How does Vegas get run under 6.5 for the win? Had it change?
I think it will change, first of all. I don't know when it was done. That might have been done pre-draft. I don't know if it was done pre or post. I don't know that. I think what you're seeing, and I do think it'll be higher. Now, I don't think it's going to be much higher than, say, 7.5 or 8. They're looking at the division. First of all, you got the Super Bowl champ in the division. You have the Cowboys in the division. Number two, you have a situation where the Giants face a brutal schedule early. They have to be ready when they come out of the gate. They face a very tough early season schedule. So I think some people are figuring, hey, it might be a 500 club. I think the Giants will be better than that. I really do. I think the Giants are going to have a good season. John in Connecticut. What's up, John?
Mike, thanks for taking the call.
Yeah, what's happening?
To have you back.
Thank you.
Missed you. Listen, I heard you talking to Eli, I believe it was yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And, you glowed on him, and I think you put a lot of pressure on him going into this season, because from what I'm hearing right now, offensively speaking, for the first time in many years, there are no excuses for that offense not to rattle and hum.
That's fine. I have no problem with that. I think that's good. I think that's a positive.
Right. Okay. Now, if that offense does not rattle and hum, whose fault is it?
Well, let's see. But I think if it's Eli's, we'll say it's Eli's. That's very fair. He has an offensive line, thankfully, finally. He has game-breaking players at skill positions. There's plenty of talent there. I think they will respond very well. Plus, I want to see them put some long passes back in the offense, because that's
exactly.
That is something Eli has always done very well. He is a very, very good thrower of the long pass, and that's something that should be back in this offense. Hopefully it will. And I think with a running back, you can do a lot of things off play action that they haven't had. Now, again, this is a running back that I think will also do a lot of stuff as far as a receiver. He's got that kind of ability. So you want to see him utilized in that way too. John in Hofstra. What's up, John?
Mike, two things that have happened recently I didn't think I was going to see or hear. Number one, you coming back, and number two, a Nick call where someone brought up Marty Collins. So welcome back, Mike.
Thank you.
Two things. On the Giants, one thing you could say, listen, you can criticize picks all you want, but this guy's decisive, the GM, and he makes decisions. So in regards to that, it's interesting, but and to me, I've killed Reese over the years, and I think a lot due to the Giants going backwards has been his horrible drafts aside from the occasional home run hit. And I think you just get a feeling with this Gettleman guy that, A, like you said, he's decisive because obviously he made a decision here regardless of what it is. And, B, you just get the feeling that this guy's a professional and he knows talent and he knows what he's doing. And like I said, the second-round pick's going to be a star. The first-round pick, is a star, but let's see how he plays on this team, and everything else to be debated as the season goes on.
I like everything that we see. I think they needed to get someone on that offensive line. And listen, there's a long and a short to it. If it doesn't work out, they may someday rue the day they didn't pick Sam Darnold. Maybe that happens. I mean, it could possibly happen. We're coming to you live from the Town Fair Tire Studios, powered